I realize in every video I always start with like a, all right, fellas, or like a, welcome back to the league. I do like an intro hard count. Like, why do I clap or do like, I don't know. I got to stop doing that. Although I just did it like 8 times to start this video. I might just make that my thing, a little hard count. Damn, son. Kill. Okay, what fuck? All right, I gotta focus. It was a long day at work. I'm very late getting home. I have a lot to do. Going to watch football tonight with the fellas. I'm leaving for Portugal in 24 hours, so I have to pack. Haven't packed, not at all. Anyway, here's the state of the league. Like I said, a lot of 5 and 4 teams, and a busy week in the league. I will start this prediction video with big trade talks. All right, so there was 3 big trades. We'll start with the one I was involved in because it's less fun because it's not me. Rob and Cal. Bit of a banger here. Cal gets Roma Dunes, and Rob gets Trey Tucker and Bill. I see this trade from both sides. I think Cal got the best player. He got a starting wide receiver for 2 guys that were going to stay on his bench. And then on Rob's side, you just gotta hope his RB room is looking real shitty. So you just gotta hope that Bill comes alive again, even though he's looked horrible. And you gotta hope that Trey Tucker steps into a huge role now that Jacoby Myers is gone. Will either of those happen? I don't know. If they do, Rob won this trade in a landslide. If they don't, Cal won this trade in a landslide. Then again, if Roma Dunes looks like he has the last couple weeks, who knows? This is a weird trade. I think it could end up being super favorable for one over the other, but right now we just don't know. I see why both guys did it. All right, and the first big trade of the week came from me and Brett on Wednesday. Both my trades happened yesterday. I spent an ungodly amount of time on this app. I get CD and Jordan Mason. Brett gets Ladd and the Vikings defense. CD was on bye. Brett needs a win big time. He sees a chance to get a win. He went out and acquired a starting wide receiver to do it. He offered the Jordan Mason sweetener. It was going to be a 1-for-1. I think obviously I come out better in this trade, but it's situational. Brett needs a win. I'm down to lose to Rag this week if it means I get CD moving forward. So that was the first big one. And then I did this one. I didn't want to send Manungai to Jake, but he held firm. I offered basically everyone else. He wanted Dobbins and Manungai, so he got him. I got Ginty, just trying to consolidate a little bit of the depth into a little bit better talent. I think if I didn't have James Cook, I probably would have kept Dobbins and Manungai because I would have needed the depth, but I have James Cook, now I get Ginty. I still have Vidal, and I see why Mikosi did it because Hubbard is cooked now that Dowdle is the true RB1 in Carolina. Anyway, those were the 3 trades. Fun around the league, fun seeing trades fly around. Let's get into the predictions. All right, the first one here, Battle of the West Virginia Boys, WVU. Sutton versus Clay. Clay's a pretty big favorite. He's on a 4-game win streak. He traded for Lamar and Zay Flowers. It's no I'm picking Clay. I'm rocking with Lamar and CMC this week. Dowdle is officially RB1 in Carolina, and it looks like he is trending towards playing. Saying the sentence, Rico Dowdle is one of the best running backs in the league on a 5-4 Carolina Panthers team is just absurd. All-timer draft pick by Clay. I think he got him in like the 15th round. All-timer. Stevenson's still a maybe. I haven't really looked. I think he could plug in Pitts. It's not great. It's not bad. Bowers against Denver. I think Bowers is so good that doesn't really matter what defense he's going against, but that's a tough matchup. On Sutton's side, Bo Nix versus Vegas, love it. Barkley a little banged up with a groin, but he's had 2 weeks now to rest it. I think he'll be fine. Breece Hall, tough Cleveland defense. Shaheed in a new place, is he going to be good? Watson, I think will probably be good. And ETN is going against tough Houston. Tough beat by Sutton here. Bad matchup against Clay, who's projected a lot of points, and your boys don't have good matchups. This is Clay. 8 days a week, and then 17 times on Sunday. Sorry, Sutton. All right, another fun one. Brett, a big favorite A big favorite. Let's go against Rob. Rob is in wide receiver hell right now. Georgie's on bye. BTJ's banged up an ass. Godwin is banged up, and it looks like he is now out. I don't know who Rob is going to plug in for him. That really sucks. I'll text him right after I finish this. But so I guess when you plug someone in, Brett won't be as big a favorite, but still a favorite. I wrote in my notes, this is Jonathan Taylor versus Brett, and I'm picking Brett. Give me Brett. I mean, the running backs, obviously Jonathan Taylor's better than both of those two combined. Darnold probably is going to have a better day than Raji, but that's close. And then the wide receivers and the flex, Brett has such a big advantage. Obviously, like I said, Trey Tucker will probably go into wide receiver 1. Someone will go into flex, not sure who. Because Ayuk's not back yet. Georgie's on bye. Hampton's still out. Tough. Yeah, I don't know. It's Brett. Ladd, I think, will have a good game against Pittsburgh. That Pittsburgh secondary is really like big play oriented. Jalen Ramsey just wants to concuss people, and Joey Porter Jr. just wants to grab their jerseys. So I like Brett here. Two gross lineups this week. A little bit because Brett's team sucks, and a little bit because Rob's team is banged up bye weeks and doesn't have a consistent RB2. All right, next matchup, Ish versus Pushan. Battle of two 5-4 teams, so this is a huge matchup. Going 6-4 feels so much better than 5-5. You really 6 wins is almost enough to get you in, but if you just get to 7, 4 weeks, you only need 1 win, you're in a great spot. No Mahomes for Pushan, no Dak either, so he's rocking with Michael Penix, which feels horrendous, but Ish is rocking with Justin Fields against Cleveland's defense. That also feels horrendous. A.J. Brown, I think he's back, but Pushan doesn't have him in. I don't know if that's just a choice or if he just doesn't know. I like Monty against the Commies for Push. Unfortunately, Ish has Gibbs, and he's also going against the Commies. And he's coming off 2 bad games. He is going to be he's going to do horrible, horrible things to us. It's going to get ugly. But yeah, I'm picking Ish here. Ish has no one on bye. I think Swift is going to play. So he's got his full contingent of players here. He's got other than maybe quarterback. I don't remember who's he was rocking Kyler's and Brissett's. Yeah, I think this is probably a blowout, if I'm being honest. I think Ish's team is in a real good place. Cortland Sutton tonight will be very telling. Can't trust Olave when he has Rattler or Shah throwing to him. Colts players will be interesting to see, but yeah, it's a risky team for Pushan. Tried to get Derrick Henry off him this week. He said he was going to rock with his big boy. He's feeling a breakthrough. That's the same thing Pushan's been telling me all season while I try to get Derrick Henry. I guess it's probably good that I don't get him because he hasn't been great so far. Yeah, I think Pushan's still in a good place if he loses this. I think Ish is in a fantastic spot if he wins this. A lot of depth. Can never say no to Kyron Williams in the flex spot. That's very nice from Ish. But yeah, I'll see you guys in part 2 for the next 4 matchups. All right, I'm going to get this one done first in part 2 because it's my matchup of the week. 1-loss Scott versus 5-4 on fire Kyle. Great matchup. It's almost identically projected. I think even Kyle should be favorited because he should take Quentin Johnston out, move Puka into the wide receiver 2, and then bring in Rachaad White now that Bucky's out. He's going to have a disgusting amount of projected points if he does that. I don't remember who I picked. Fuck me. All right, please hold while I go figure out who I picked. All right, good. I picked Maish, and I just wanted to double check that because I was leaning towards Maish as I started talking. I'm picking Maish because Bucky's out. He gets Rachaad White back. He has 3 running backs projected over 15, and then he's got Puka projected 23 and Pittman projected 15. He's going to be projected a disgusting amount of points. On Scott's team, what can we say about Scott's team? He has Ferguson on bye, but Hawkinson is about the best backup that you could possibly have in a 14-man league. That's absurd. Let's see. Scott, why are you... Oh, he did switch out the defenses. Good. All right, he had some dog shit defense starting. I don't even remember who it was. It was someone embarrassing. But I wrote down switch your defense. But he did that. Good job. I mean, Adams and London are fantastic. Achane's awesome. I don't trust Woody Marks. I don't trust Bateman. And Hawkinson's a maybe. So, I mean, Scott is a great team. Would never be surprised if he won. But I'm picking Mace here. I love the Laporta versus Commies matchup. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I like Judkins versus the Jets, especially since Quinnen Williams is now gone. And I like Rachaad White against New England. Even though New England doesn't let people run the ball a lot, I think he'd get involved in the passing game very well. So I'm going Mace here. Move to 6-4. Kyle is up there with Clay, and I think myself of that, like, right behind Scott, and these teams are kind of scary. So we're going to have fun here. Let's go. All right, next matchup, Makozy versus Hayden. Makozy, after the trade, is now a slight favorite. Hayden was a slight favorite yesterday when I first looked. Now Hayden is. Now my God, now Makozy is. Jesus Christ, I need a beer and to turn my brain off. Makozy has Kelsey and Rice on bye. Hayden has Worthy on bye. Obviously, that bye is hitting Makozy way worse. Good for him. He has some depth. I don't know if Garrett Wilson is playing. I don't know why he would want to on that Jets team, but and Hayden's back to Purdy. So I am going to go out on a limb and pick Hayden. I picked him before I traded with Makozy, and I'm sticking to it. Just some good vibes today for Hayden. I feel it. Harvey touchdown tonight. Book it. Now that I don't have Dobbins, I can root for it. Goddamn Dobbins, dude. He was always so awesome, just couldn't score. He would get every touch, run for 120, and then they just put in anybody to score the touchdown. But yeah, Hayden rocking the dual tight end. I like it. He has 3 really good tight ends. He said, lowball me for a tight end. Sent him a lowball. He didn't take it. I don't like people going back on their word. I'm still going to pick him, but that's a coward move. Makozy, love the Loveland pickup. I think once Rice is back, it might be time to give up on Debo. Especially now it's going to be Mariota. It might be time to give up on Debo. But I like Monangai against the Giants, even if Swift plays. I think that's why Makozy wanted him so bad. I think out of all the other backup running backs, he has the best potential to kind of take over that running back room. He looked awesome last week. Dobbins against Vegas, like I said, he'll probably get exactly his projected 13, but that'll just be on exactly 132 yards rushing. No catches, no touchdowns. It's absurd. But yeah, I'm going Hayden here. No real logic behind it, just good vibes. Good vibes coming out of testicular torsion this week. Love it. All right, next one, Cal, pretty big favorite over Briggs. Briggs is in a bad spot. Chase Brown is on bye. The DK is on bye. And Bucky got ruled out late. Cal has Higgins and Pacheco on bye. It doesn't affect him as much, especially now that he traded for Roma Dunes. So this is just Briggs has no running backs. Once Bucky and Chase Brown come back, this team is looking fantastic. But I don't think... Please hold. I need to make sure I pick Cal, not Briggs. Thank God. All right, I picked Cal. Thank God. I think I was initially leaning towards Briggs when I thought Bucky was going to play because I love Amon-Ra's matchup, I love Addison's matchup, and I love Troy Franklin's matchup. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think those are going to be his only 3 really productive players, other than maybe Jackson Dart. I think Bijan will have a great game against Indy, whose defense looked horrendous last week. I still don't trust Kenneth Walker, but I do like Egbuka. Oh, fuck me. You know what? Fuck that shit. I am changing my pick to Briggs. Fuck Cal. I am going Briggs. Last second change. I will be too lazy to update it on my graphic, but book it. I'm picking Briggs. I think Amon-Ra might score 80 on the commies. Let's go, Briggs. Fuck Cal. Take him down. Holy shit. Little audible there for your boy. I hope Romadune sucks. And finally, the matchup you've all been waiting for, surely. Me versus Rag, newly revamped commish for president team. I have a filthy amount of buys. I have Jamar on buy, and I have CeeDee Lamb on buy. And that's it, I think. But that's still disgusting. They're both awesome. So yeah, I am starting Jalen Lane. I'm starting Vidal. I got Fannin back from bye, and he's a little banged up. I think Cook's a little banged up, but he'll play. I got Genty. This, I kind of just called it a wash this week. I think I still have a decent chance of beating Rag. So just despite Rag, I am going to pick myself to win. Tried to get Javonte off Rag. I basically offered him 2 running backs to start this week in return for Javonte, who was on bye. He didn't bite, so he was rocking with his boys. I hope Aaron Jones and Kamara go down because I have Aaron Jones backup now. Honestly, Kamara going down would be bad maybe because he's been so bad. It might be better for me that he stays in the lineup. The Bill stack is the reason that I'm really picking myself. Allen and Cook against Miami feels great. And Rag's running back room is certified. But, yeah. Other than McBride, I think I have a decent chance. Obviously, Rag's the favorite for a reason. I'm starting Jalen Lane and Vidal. I don't have my two of my probably 3 best players, so I think it's probably going to be Rag, but I'm picking myself just to keep the good vibes going. This would be my 7th win. Looking to lock in a playoff spot, but Rags, he's hungry. He's trying to stay alive. Trying not to get shipped down to Cancun with all those other fucking losers. Aiden, Sutton, Brett. Anyway, yep, I'm picking myself. Thank you. And yeah, here it is. Ignore me picking Cal. I'm picking Briggs now. And that will be reflected in my overall scores. This is pre-Thursday Night Football, so this is all above board. I hope everyone I picked wins. Oh my god, wait, why did I circle Rag? Fuck Rag, I'm picking myself, dude. Alright, these 2 need to be changed. This is what I get for... I made the graphic too early in the day. This is what I get for trying to get prepped. Yeah, picking myself, picking Briggs. And then I got Hayden, I got Clay, I got Brett, I got Ish, and I got Maish. There's a very good chance I go 0-7 on picks this week. But fuck it. I do not care as long as I win. Commish will be going to Portugal, like I said, soon. So don't expect any videos next week. I might be able to put out like an emergency press conference or something, but don't look forward to it too much. I will be addressing the league, though, behind closed doors. So good luck this week to everyone, and I hope you will lose, Rag.